What's up, Jl'hoops back in another video. Now, doing this, Jimmy on this channel talking about basketball. On the topic we'll talk about today is LeBron James on the Sixers. We'll talk about Jalen Brown on the Sixers. And I said these four stars that they're gonna have, the four stars, including VJ. I'm saying because VJ I feel like is a star coming, starting to rising. I mean, he just was a rookie, but I do think that. But at the same time, my question is, will this all work? Will this all work? Is this the year the Sixers actually win it all and stuff? We're gonna talk about LeBron James signing. We'll talk about if the Sixers this is the year to all win it all and stuff. I want to know down below. But before I start this video, you need to like, comment, subscribe to who took case on, and follow me on social media Unstoppable. And you're watching this video and liking the video and not subscribe. Wow, something's wrong like that. Something is wrong. It's not making sense. But I don't want to talk too much, so let's get this video started.
We gotta talk about this real quick because one of the best players of all time, or the second best player of all time, or the first, doesn't matter where you rank him, just signed with a new team, and the team that he signed with has talent. They got one of the top five, one of the top 10 point guards in the league. They got one of the top 5 shooting guards in the league. They got one of the best. They got one of the best centers in the game, fully healthy in the league. That's healthy in the league. And now they added so he just signed with this team. Yes, I'm talking about the who said this, the new look 76ers. Yes, I'm talking about them. Yes. On paper, they look talented. The paper, they look good. And we're gonna talk about it. Can the Sixers actually win it all? Could this be the Sixers actually be the year they go to the finals, make it to the finals, and win a championship? Can they actually be this year? After everything, could this year actually be it? That we're gonna talk about in this video and stuff. So I want to talk about my thing with the Sixers is they always been losing. My thing with this team is, look, LeBron made the decision, and I'm saying it's a 50-50 decision. Do I like it? Yeah, so talent-wise, I like it. But from the basketball-wise, I don't like it. Two reasons. Now, let me explain my reason why I don't like it. I do like it because why I do like it, because the East is getting way more better and way more competitive. That's the reason why I like it. I like it. There are a lot of talent on that team and a lot of things. But why I don't like it is because a lot of mouths to feed. I'm going to start with good and pros and cons. I think we got to talk about the cons, right? Talk about the pros first. Look, LeBron's a great playmaker, great IQ. I think he's going to bring that to the team. I think LeBron is a great player, still averaging 20 points a game, and still at his age, 42 years old. I think he's going to still bring that to the team. And so, I don't see LeBron averaging 13. I don't see him averaging 17 on this team at all. So, he could average like 7 assists, 8 assists, I can see. But, at the pros and stuff. And another pro is the player I'm not least worried about at all is Tyrese Maxey. Tyrese Maxey can play combo guard. He can play off the ball. He can play on the ball. Doesn't matter which way. He did it before James Harden. He did it before Ben Simmons. He did it before a lot of players. So I'm not worried about Tyrese Maxey at all. But he's not gonna average the same amount of points he averaged last year. I'm telling you that right now. He's not gonna average the same amount of points. That's the thing. So that's a different con. But if we're gonna talk about negative right now, cons. First thing first, I worry about Joel B's health. How healthy he gonna be during the season? How many minutes he gonna play? How many games he gonna play? That's the real question. Because Joel B not the same player that he used to be. Joel B still a different player now, and I'm not better for it. Worse. If you watched during that Knicks series against the Sixers, you saw Joel B was out. He gave his all against the Celtics, and he was out of that Knicks series. He was out of it. And to me, I'm just saying, could Joel B be healthy during the season and playoffs? Could he be healthy during the season and playoffs round for round? Because Joel B's healthy and he fully healthy, Knicks will go all the way. But if he's not, I don't see a world that Joel B only played 30 games and then they figure it out in the playoffs and then they win a championship. I don't see that happening. It just don't make sense to me. And Joel B's health is the bad thing that you're relying on that. And two, he's not the same defender he used to be. He's not the same defender he used to be. So that's the problem right there. And stuff. Offense is still there. We all saw it during the playoffs. But we all saw him drill down during the playoffs too. So I'm really curious how that's going to be on his health, though. And that's the real question to me is. And then I'm really curious who's going to take a backseat on this team. Who's going to take a backseat on this team? Who really going to be a backseat? Because I look at it like Tyrese Maxey, he an all-NBA player, right? He an all-star kind of guy. He just averaged almost 30 points a game. He had an NBA year. And you telling him to take a backseat, he got sacrificed now? That's crazy. And then BJ Edcombe, a guy who was all rookie first team, who averaged around 15, 16, 17 points a game, around there. And he showed promising. He not a superstar, yeah, he not a star, but he showed promising. But one of these guys have to play different roles, and VJ not going to play in the same role that he used to play. And you're telling me, if I'm VJ, I'm looking at it like, dang, I had one of the best rookie seasons and stuff, and great in the playoffs, and I got to take a backseat now? I might not start? That's crazy. I know VJ not, I can't question how VJ is, but I'm thinking about it like, dang. And then Jaylen Brown, go back to Jaylen Brown now. Jaylen Brown just had an MVP season last year. He not going to have the same year he had. Think about it, playing with LeBron, you have to play a different player. Jordan B not going to have the same touches he have. You have to play as a different player. So my question is this going to work? I don't know. I don't think so. Because I do see the Sixers struggling during the season. I do see that happening. I do see them catching it on during the season. Because right now, on paper, they look talented. On paper, they look like the best, second best team in the East, first best team in the East, right? But I look at them as the sixth best team in the NBA. In reality, because I still have OKC and Spurs over them. I still have Knicks over them. I still have Celtics over them. And I still have Toronto with Kawhi, I'm saying right now. With Kawhi. If Kawhi don't happen, then Toronto not there. But Toronto with Kawhi, I have them over them. I don't see them beating those teams. And Jaylen Brown, my team, Jaylen Brown is this. I love JB. JB is a talented player, top 15 player of the game. But JB is not a great playmaker. That's one. He's not a great playmaker. He have a high usage ball weight. So that's another thing you gotta look at. So he has a high usage ball rate. He's not the kind of guy who cut all the time. He could cut, but he's not the kind of guy who cuts all the ball. He like the ball in his hands a lot. He like a guy who creates for himself. If you saw it in the Celtics years, this guy did not create. He created for himself multiple times. Cardio not in him. Even during that Jason Tatum years, yes, he played with Jason Tatum. Yes, he used off the ball, but he not off ball guy too. He's not a great 3-point shooter too. The best 3-point shooter on this team is DJ Edcombe. So I'm just worried about how that starting five is going to be. How we're going to be on that starting five. Because I'm really worried about who's going to be backseat. Because VJ, Jaylen Brown, and Joel B has to play the best defense on this team. And yes, people are going to give you on me and say, hey, Jimmy, but Jaylen Brown is the best defender. But at the same time, on face-to-face, best defender. One-on-one, best defender. Not off-ball, best defender. Joel B not the same defender at all. And stuff. And don't compare this to Anthony Davis, because Joel B not the same player he used to be. Stop comparing this to Anthony Davis to me, please. And then to me, I worry about the bench, because depth matters in the NBA. Depth matters. We saw it over and over. Depth matters in the NBA. They have a good two guards right there with Leon Farhan Jr., with Anthony Simons, KCP, who's okay, still okay NBA player and stuff. You have him, you have D-Wade, and you have Enan Boa. I'm worried about that front quarterback in the bench right there. D-Wade's okay play, who shoots the three, but Enan Boa is okay center. And that putting a lot rely on him to stay healthy, for Joel B to stay healthy. Because Enan Boa not really that good as a center. They don't really have a good backup center at all. So I'm worried about that and stuff. So my thing is, I'm worried about a lot of teams right there. Now, do I have them over the Heat? No. But a little bit, I have them over the Heat. A little bit. Not fully, but a little bit. And stuff, a little bit. My thing is, I want LeBron sign the Heat than the Sixers. Because why I'm the LeBron in the Heat than the Sixers because you don't have to rely on health. Rely on health with Giannis. You don't have to rely on health with Giannis. He got defenders. He got shooters. And yes, they didn't have a complete roster. I understand that. And yes, he wants to close that chapter of the Heat thing. I understand that. Or Minnesota. I understand Minnesota because I feel like their roster a lot better than that. But I'm just saying, to me, I don't like this Sixers team. I hear a lot of mouths to feed. I don't see them figure out year one. So I don't see them figure out year one. Maybe year two. I don't say they win championship year two, but maybe year two. I'm not going to just call it out and be a biased fan or be else say, oh, LeBron went to a new team. Now he's going to bring a championship to Philly. No. It's not the same NBA. And if you look at all the championship LeBron won in the four championships he won, he was the best player on that team. You don't think LeBron going to be the best player on the team? And you don't think LeBron just going to take a backseat and just average 15, 13, 14 games? It don't make sense to me. And I still have the Knicks over them. Knicks, yes, they had a hit score line, but the defending champions for a reason. I still have them over them. I still have the Celtics over them. Would you take them on Jay Brown? Would you take them Paul George, Derek White, all the other stuff, Coach Mazzulla? I still have that. I still have the Raptors because they was a top 5 defense in the NBA. They were a top 5 defense without Kawhi. They're going to be a top 5 defense with Kawhi. And the team that they have, Scottie Barnes, Kawhi, can be amazing. Kawhi more doable than Joel Embiid, and to me. And the team that they have with Man Quickly, Andre Barrett, Jacob Patella, Jamal Shad, Jacob Walter. Like, they have a good core there and stuff. And I'm going to say this right now. I know this might sound crazy. Pacers might be better than them, depending on Tyrese Halliburton. The Pacers might be better than Tyrese Halliburton. They have more talent. They have better. They have the talent. They have the team. Pace might be better than Tyrese Halliburton if you take like a top 10 player, top 15 player of the game. So I'm just saying that. I'm just saying, to me, I don't know if they could beat any West team if they make it to the finals anyway. I don't see them beating the Spurs. I don't see them beating OKC. I don't see that happening with me. I don't see that happening at all. So I'm just saying, to me, I don't see the Sixers and stuff. Yes, they get past 6 round. They got better as a team all season. Yes, they had amazing off season. But it's just a lot of sacrifice. A lot of things have to be made. And I don't know how he could play full game. He even didn't say himself he can't play back-to-back. So I just got to see the chemistry on the team. Because I'm going to be with you. Someone said it. JB might get traded done again. Because if he don't sacrifice, JB might be able to move again. And stuff. Because I got to see it for me to believe this team can win it. But we gotta wait to see. The East is gonna be so good this year. It's gonna be so amazing. There's a lot of competition, a lot of teams and stuff. But I still have the Sixers, my 4th best team in the East right now. I can't call them second, can't call them third. I do see the vision, but I have to see the vision to work and stuff. So we'll wait and see. Wait and see. But I want to get you guys up below. I know a lot of people might get on me saying the Sixers don't win championship. The Sixers are everything else. I still got the 6th best team in the NBA and stuff. I might say they're close to Temples. I like Temples a little bit better. So Temples up at 7th. If I had to say the top 16 in the NBA, OKC, Spurs, Knicks, those are my top 3. Celtics, Raptors, I'm saying with Kawhi, because I feel like the trade going to go through no matter what. Sixers, Temples. But I'll say if Tyrese still sitting healthy, if Tyrese play like a top 5 player in the NBA, then I'll say Pacers number 7, Temples number 8, then 9 and 10. 9 is Heat. 9 is Heat, and 10. 10, I'll go with Denver Nuggets. I'll go with how much top 10 teams in the NBA. But tell me what you guys think. Do you agree with me? Do you think the Sixers are going to go all the way and win championship and stuff? Or do you don't agree with me? Because I don't know. I don't think so. I don't see them winning at all. But tell me what you guys think, though, and stuff. Before I go to like, comment, subscribe to who took casing up. And if you're liking this video and not watching it, not subscribe already. Come on now. What you doing? That makes sense. You liking the video and not subscribe? Come on now. Or you watching the video not liking it and subscribing? That makes sense. Come on now. All right. Yeah, like, comment, subscribe. You guys have a great day. I'm out.